Good evening, this is Mrs. Deas-Brown. Tomorrow we will begin our new unit, Unit 3, on diseases and biotechnology, and we will begin with microbes. We will talk about the different types of microbes, how they cause diseases, and how to treat and prevent these diseases. So let's begin. Microbes are microscopic organisms that can only be seen with the microscope. In other words, you cannot see these organisms with the naked eye. Microbes are unicellular, and we've talked about unicellular versus multicellular. We as human beings, we are multicellular. In other words, we are made of trillions of cells. Whereas microbes are unicellular, which means they are single-celled. Microbes are a part of our everyday lives. Some are good for us, some are harmful, and then there are others that are deadly. We need to understand the role microbes play in our lives and how to prevent diseases that are associated with them. Many microbes in our world cause sickness and disease in both animals as well as plants. We're going to talk about 4 microbes in this unit, but tonight we're going to just focus on one. We're going to talk about bacteria tonight, but the unit includes bacteria, viruses, fungi, and parasites. So, let's start with bacteria. Bacteria are organisms whose cells do not have a nucleus. And we talked about cells that do not have a nucleus, and they are called prokaryotes. And remember, we have cells that are eukaryotes. So remember how we distinguish between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. You have human cells, so your cells are eukaryotes, whereas organisms like bacteria are prokaryotes. They do not have a nucleus. So because bacteria do not have nuclei in their cells, their DNA just floats around in their cytoplasm. Because remember, DNA is normally found in the nucleus, so it's found in the nucleus of eukaryotes, but in bacteria, the DNA floats around in their cytoplasm. Bacteria can be found in different shapes. The 3 we're going to discuss are the spherically shaped bacteria, the rod-shaped bacteria, and then the spiral-shaped bacteria. And you'll see the spherically shaped bacteria is listed as cocci. Normally that type of bacteria will end in the suffix cocci. Rod-shaped bacteria will end in bacilli, and then the spiral shape would end in spirilla. Now we come to the question, are bacteria good or bad? Well, a lot of times we hear people refer to bacteria as being bad, and actually bacteria are useful. There are good bacteria, and then there are bad bacteria. And the bacteria that's good, some of the good things that they do is they help make some foods like yogurt. And you'll notice, or you may have noticed, on yogurt containers, it will say contains active yogurt cultures. And that's referring to the bacteria that actually helps make the yogurt. Good bacteria also helps keep our stomach healthy. It helps break down toxins, and it also helps preserve some foods. Then we have our bad bacteria. Our bad bacteria can cause disease and also spoil food. Bacteria use binary fission to reproduce. Binary fission occurs when one bacterial cell divides to form two identical bacteria cells. Bacteria reproduce very quickly. That means that a bacteria, once it gets inside of a person's body or an organism, it will take over quickly and make the person or organism sick. For example, if there are 1,000 bacteria and they divide every 20 minutes, then there can be nearly 32 million bacteria 5 hours later. So this takes place really quickly. And this is why it's important to seek medical attention when you become sick. The earlier you get treated, the less bacteria there are to be killed off by the medicine that your doctor gives you. And we were talking about treatment. The medicine that doctors prescribe for bacterial infections are antibiotics. Antibiotics work by attacking the bacterium's cell wall, causing it to collapse. Over the years, people have overused antibiotics, and therefore an antibiotic that was once effective against a certain type of bacteria may not work. The bacteria mutates or changes to become resistant to the antibiotic. This is called antibiotic resistance. And that's it for tonight. Next time we will be taking notes on viruses. Viruses is our second type of microbes we will be exploring on Unit 3. I hope you enjoyed this session. Please remember to rewind and go back over any material that you missed, and this is why we're doing the video notes, so you'll have the opportunity to go at whatever pace is comfortable for you. Also on Blackboard, I will be listing a link for Brain Pop. There's a Brain Pop video on bacteria as well, so I hope you enjoy it. I'll see you tomorrow.